Oh yeah, I got you. I'll make sure.
Okay, thanks.
Good morning, everyone. It's hard to believe it's been 3 whole years since we've been together for this gathering. Time has both flown by and dragged by all at the same time. But it's really good to be here. This is one of my favorite FA events. And this ceremony is all about the group right in front of me. The hard work of the teachers, the hard work of the students, their triumphs, their accomplishments. So I promise to be brief and to hand off to Ms. Martis, the head of the Sally Borden program, to carry on with the ceremony. But as the head of Friends Academy, I did want to take a moment just to talk a little bit about what SBP means to Friends Academy, and to make sure that you all knew just how much we appreciate you, your efforts, and your being a part of our community. So I've had a number of experiences this spring, and one of the parts of my job that is different from a lot of jobs in schools is that I get to be both a part of the day-to-day life of the school and a part of the life outside of the school. And so that takes me into conversations with graduates and with former families, friends of the school. And over the course of the spring, I've just had a number of experiences that have kind of reinforced to me just how important SBP is to Friends Academy. And I wanted to share 2 of them quickly with you. So a couple of weeks ago, Ms. Martis and I went to visit with a recent alum from the Sally Borden program, somebody who went from grade 3 SBP all the way through grade 8, to see them in their secondary school environment, to ask how things were going, to see them kind of in their new home, and to see what that looked like. And the minute he walked into the room, you could just tell that he was at home in his new place. And we talked a little bit about why. Why did it feel that way? And he talked about kind of similarities between his new community and the Friends Academy community. But he also talked a lot about what he learned about himself as a member of the Sally Borden program. He talked about what he learned from his teachers in terms of direct instruction, and in areas where he had some growing edges. But he also talked about the Sally Borden program being a place where he was celebrated for all that he was and all the strengths that he brought to bear on his time in school. And so that was just kind of a wonderful moment, because I know a lot of us don't get to see what happens after. We're very much immersed in the day-to-day life of the school. And so it was great to be able to hear him talk with such self-awareness about what he was able to get from his time in the Sally Borden program. And the other experience I had was with a family who also had a recent graduate, and who was not a Sally Borden family. But they talked about why they believed in Friends Academy and why they had an amazing experience at Friends Academy, and they fully credited the Sally Borden program, which I thought was really interesting. And I asked them to kind of talk a little bit more about why that was the case. A family that had never had the privilege of experiencing SBP teachers and being in an SBP classroom. And they said because they were well aware from previous schooling experiences that their child was different. He marched to the beat of his own drummer. His brain worked differently. And they said that Friends Academy was the place they found, because of the Sally Borden program, has made us a community that deeply appreciates people who learn differently. And that there is no one right way to be and no one right way to learn. There's just all of us in our wonderful differences. And they felt like the Sally Borden program was the single best part of Friends actually a Sally Borden student. So I thought that those were two kind of important stories that I wanted to share with you, because I know that we often are really mired in the moment and stuck in the moment, and that's a good thing, but it's also important to make sure that we pick our heads up and see the horizon too. So to students and faculty of the Sally Borden program, thank you. Thank you for all your hard work this year. Thank you for being a part of the SBP community, and thank you for being a part of Friends Academy.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Sally Borden Culmination Ceremony. I'm happy to be here with you all at our first in-person culmination ceremony since 2019. Welcome family, friends, faculty, and of course students. This ceremony is first and foremost an opportunity to recognize and honor the personal and academic achievements of our amazing students. I am truly in awe of their collective resiliency, determination, and growth. I hope that the sentiments shared by the faculty today will paint a picture of this for you. This year, I also think our culmination ceremony demonstrates the power of a strong community, one that lifts each other up in moments of need, works together to achieve a common goal, and celebrates the successes of each individual. When I walk through the halls of our school each day and I have an opportunity to peek into the Sally Borden learning spaces, I see evidence of our strong community everywhere. I see lower school students laughing with each other as they play games. I witness a teacher giving a student a much-needed pep talk as they check in about a difficult day. I observe discussions between middle schoolers as they work together to tackle a project in the garden. I watch a reading specialist providing encouraging guidance to students as they approach a difficult task. Again, these observations make it quite clear to me that we all need each other and that our interconnectedness is where we can find joy and success. It also reminds me of the quote by Helen Keller that says, "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much." To that end, I would like to recognize the Sally Borden program faculty who do excellent work with our students day in and day out. I am so incredibly grateful for their dedication and teamwork. So if you could please stand, our reading and support specialists are Kathleen Cooper, Elaine Kelly, Tisha McGonigal, Megan O'Brien, the Sally Borden program teachers include Sheila Curtis, who cannot be here with us today, Lynn Dorsey, Carla Landreth, Jody Lawless, Kimberly Taveras, and Lauren Wheaton. Thank you so much, teachers. Now, each class and their teacher will take the stage. Each teacher will give brief remarks about the students in their class and present them with a certificate. Our graduating 8th graders will be delivering their own remarks based on memoirs that they wrote in humanities class. I know I'm really looking forward to hearing from them. For now, join me in welcoming Tisha McGonigal to the stage as she speaks about the students in the Bridge program.
This year, I've had the pleasure of working with the second graders in our Bridge program. For those of you who may not be familiar with the Bridge program, it's for students who benefit from specialized support in reading before the Sally Borden program begins in 3rd grade. When I think of a bridge, I envision a point of connection. This is how we spent the majority of this school year, making connections which would improve my students' foundational literacy skills. This included learning new skills, acquiring a deeper understanding of concepts, and building a strong foundation to help bridge the gap between 2nd and 3rd grade. This year, I observed these students learn to self-monitor for reversals when writing and reading, to begin to decode multisyllabic words, read sentences with improved fluency, and just simply watching their confidence blossom, it has been the highlight of my year. So I would like to have Maggie Herbst, Caroline Schilling, and Evie Smith please stand. Well-deserved applause for their hard work and accomplishments this year. So proud of you.
Wonderful job. Thank you, Mrs. McGonigal. We will now begin the academic recognition portion of the program. Mrs. Tavares' 3rd grade class, please join us on stage. Thank you to everyone who's here to support our students. They've had a wonderful year, worked very hard, and made tremendous strides. Without your support, however, this would not be possible, so thank you very much. This is my 10th year at the school, my 7th and 3rd grade, and this was the first full class of 8 I've had in all that time. And this class was certainly full. Full of joy, full of spunk, full of potential, full of industriousness, but mostly they were just full of beans. I'm kidding, but truly we had a blast. We had so much fun learning alongside and from each other, although they might say it's mostly been my kind of fun. Since this year has been filled with so many great moments, we wanted to highlight some moments of greatness for each student. So let's get to it. Without further ado, let me present each member of this year's 3rd grade and 3rd graders as an added element of fun. Ms. Kelly and I have added one of your affixes into your title, so see if you can find it. Teddy Larissa. I need to preface this by saying that the class built our literacy skills all year long, and faced with the last 6 weeks of school, Ms. Kelly and I wanted to help the students finish strong and cooked up a fun unit, our fun, on morphology, prefixes and suffixes mostly, that involved a morph monster, bit of a take on 1st grade's bookworm, and the Aflac duck yelling affix. To review all 40 affixes that they learned, we came up with this Uno-inspired game that Teddy just dominated. And just this morning, he was gifted the ultimate trophy, an aluminum foil duck of epic proportions. So Teddy, you are getting the remarkable Sterling Duck Dynamo Award. Teddy, to say that you finished the year strong would be selling you short. Teddy, you dug in at a time when many others were tuning out. You leaned into the momentum hard-earned from months spent toiling away at flexing vowel sounds, and wow, your growth has been remarkable. This is not easy stuff. It takes stick-to-itiveness and grit. You have proven that when you give it all you've got, you can move any obstacle standing in your way. Pair that with your innate ability for keen observations of the world around you, and you've got quite the set of skills. I'll be looking forward to see how you use these skills next year in 4th grade. Griffin Gillis, the bigger vocabulary VIP. Griffin, I actually had a hard time coming up with the title for you. Not for the reason you might think. I actually couldn't narrow down which title I wanted to give you. You were almost the king of Kahoot, or the affix aficionado. Griffin, you've got a lot going for you. Quick-witted, a quick study, and we all know of your contagious energy. But when thinking about what stands out about you as a student,
has to be a robust vocabulary and deep understanding of the meaning of words. This might be best demonstrated during our affect study when you had the root port and included portmanteau as one of your examples, which now all of third grade knows, that if port means to carry, portmanteau is carrying two meanings from two words into like a mashup kind of word like brunch or spork. Griffin, your curiosity has led us all to new discoveries, and I'm so excited to watch you discover new things next year in fourth grade. That is amazing. Be always prepared. Reader's Theater Titan. A fun way that we practice our oral reading fluency or reading out loud this year was to act it out. Now, friends, when I say acting, does anyone in particular come to mind? Addie, right? It's no brainer. For anyone familiar with the acting world, Reader's Theater is like a table read. You read off the script, where you don't have to worry about your body, you're just connecting with the words and conveying meaning through your reading of the characters' lines. Addie took these tasks very seriously. Thought through voices and accents and even outfit decisions. It was great. It certainly leveled up our experience of Reader's Theater this year. But Addie didn't stop there. In the storytelling group's performance, Addie took on the challenge of memorizing and reciting her own oral history in front of an audience of her peers, and did so beautifully. I don't know about you, but I still get nervous reading in front of others. Addie continued to bring your passion and fearlessness with you in fourth grade, and you'll be unstoppable. Callan is the highly capable exploder of the code herb. Never have I had a student seem quite so happy taking his medicine. You see, we have a menu of independent activities that we do each morning during literacy that are a little like taking a daily vitamin, like Lexia or Explode the Code, for example. If you were to watch Callan doing his daily 5 pages in his Explode the Code workbook, you would see him just happily cruising along, doing page after page, singing to himself, humming along to the background music, maybe even dancing. Callan, dare I say, I think you might even enjoy it. I admire your ability to dig in and do the work. You understand that gaining skills and making improvements takes effort, and sometimes doing things that are hard and that you might not necessarily like, but you put in that effort day in and day out, and Callan, as a result, you have made so many gains this year. Keep it up. I know this industrious nature will take you far next year in fourth grade. Jack Pines, the very excellent Lord of Lexia. Jack, regardless of what happens tomorrow at the Lexia Challenge, your commitment to Lexia excellence has been unwavering this year. As I alluded to earlier, Lexia is one of those things that if you commit to doing it a little each day, it can really help improve your skills. But it can be frustrating at times trying to work through the levels if you're stuck on a concept or just missed that last answer. But you were not deterred, Jack. You put in the time, and as a result, have seen the benefit of real growth in your reading ability. Now, I'm not sure if you're motivated by the possibility of a shiny gold trophy or the weekly mic drop moment when it was revealed that you nearly doubled everyone else's minutes for the week, but consider us impressed. We were also impressed with your skills in pretty much every OG card game that we played. Seriously, you don't want to take on Jack in a game of Sight Word Go Fish. He's got all the matches. Jack, we're all excited to have witnessed your growth this year, and we'll be cheering you on as you head to fourth grade. Marcy Hurst, the always pushing, independent practice professor. Marcy, when I think of you, a line from Shakespeare comes to mind. And though she be but little, she is fierce. And I'm sure that all your friends would agree with that statement as they've witnessed your fierceness on the soccer field, in a race, on a street hockey court, in a game of basketball, while sleighing, doing gymnastics. You see where I'm going with this. Well, I am here to attest that Marcy's fierceness is also ever present in the classroom. Marcy wants it badly, and she is going to dig in and lean into the hard stuff until not only she gets it, but masters it. girl who, after her hand is throbbing, after practicing cursive letters in her workbook, chooses to take out her own personal cursive workbook and keep practicing while others finish. Impressive. Marcy, you are getting the Independent Practice Award because you understand the value of practice. You can be found digging into your independent practice pocket for skills to practice all throughout the day. In fact, I have a hard time keeping your pocket filled with skills work. You know that if you want to get from point A to point B, you've got to work, and you are always up to the challenge. Marcy, we have been so happy to be part of your journey in 3rd grade, and we wish you the best of luck in your new school in Kentucky. Emerson Grammar, the resident Read Naturally wizard. When I ask on Friday morning, is everyone up for a hot read? If not, now's the time to finish any missing steps. I don't even have to look at Emerson, because I know she's ready. She put in the time, did the required steps each night, practiced all the extra practice reads, and as a result, is going to blow my socks off with her hot read. Sometimes I even save her for last, so that I end on a high note. It's a ritual that I've come to really enjoy, listening to Emerson's confident hum. Emerson has even made book choices based on the content of the Read Naturally story she's read. When we did our biography unit, one of the people she chose to read about was Harry Houdini, after reading about him in a Read Naturally story just a few weeks earlier. Emerson, continue to follow your interests and harness the power of discipline as you move forward in 4th grade. We'll be cheering you on. Last but certainly not least, Ray Mahoney, the ever-engaged FAB boss. The FABs are essentially a list of qualities we as a school would like to encourage our students to be. Be inclusive, be engaged, be curious, be a friend. Ray, you're receiving this award because you encapsulate so many of the FABs just by being you. Ms. Kelly said it best when she described Ray's joie de vivre. Please don't judge my French. His buoyant enjoyment of life. Up for anything, happy to be here, and if he's here, you know we're going to have a good time. Ray has a blast all day, and he's also kind, curious, and interested and engaged. You might guess this from the barrage of questions he asks throughout the day. But the questions are because he truly wants to know everything. As a literacy teacher, it's a beautiful quality because I tend to drone on and on. Sometimes I start to see eyes roll back into heads, and I know it's time to wrap it up. But not Gray, he's still with me. And he has a question. Gray's engagement and deep curiosity for learning is refreshing and reminds everyone that learning is cool. Gray, thank you for setting this tone, and continue to do so next year in 4th grade.
And now, Mrs. Lawless's 4th grade class.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Every year, I'm fortunate to inherit a cohort of students from Mrs. Tavares that understands our program and why we do what we do. Due to the potting setup last year, SPP 3rd grade was more of a bridge program. This year, in many ways, I got to experience what life is like for Mrs. Tavares. Students approach their first true year in SPP with the following questions. What does this mean? Are these programs and strategies really going to help me? And lastly, they ask themselves the most important question of all. Where can I hide in this tiny group of 4? The group of students in front of you worked exceptionally hard with their literacy and math skills and enjoyed their time mixing with students in the grade for specials, community time, and my personal favorite, social studies. Our final project of the year involved national parks research and creation of 3D models. This year, our awards are appropriately National Park themed. Brendan Morley, Redwood National Park Award. Brendan, it's easy to hide in the shadows of the massive trees within Redwood National Park. What most people don't know is that within the park, there are also beaches full of California's coastal sunshine. This school year started off with you getting comfortable in the shade before finding your time to shine. Your drive to complete Lexia levels was an inspiration to our fellow classmates. You learned that being a fluent reader means more than just reading with speed. You made impressive strides pausing at punctuation and reading with expression. Because of you, everyone in the room wanted to volunteer to read the pages in New Kid and Class Act to show off their best impression of the main character's mom. My favorite thing, Brendan, was seeing you smile, laugh, and take things less seriously as the year went on. I look forward to seeing all that you accomplish with this confidence in your 5th grade year. Kenneth Enos, Olympic National Park. Kenneth, your vocabulary and your insights run rich like the diverse ecosystems within Washington State's Olympic National Park. Just as one can discover so much within the park's rainforest, you discovered so much about yourself as a learner this year and how to stretch yourself. You pushed yourself to expand upon your writing skills, and you always express yourself with enthusiasm. When solving for equivalent fractions or long division problems, you challenge yourself to recall those multiplication facts on your own without the use of a chart. You took risks and you did your first book buzz at an all-school meeting. You tried out and stuck with new activities involving different groups of students and unfamiliar teachers too. Kenneth, I know that your hard work attitude will carry you far into 5th grade and beyond. Estelle Perrine, Death Valley National Park. That's what she picked. That's the title of the park. It's not. Okay. Estelle, Death Valley National Park is so much more than their world record-setting 134-degree heat. I was surprised when through your research, you discovered there's actually a golf course not too far away from the visitor center. I didn't believe you, but you were right. You proved me wrong. Like Death Valley being full of surprises, this school year had some surprises for you as well. You may not remember this, but it was you who told me on the first few days of school that, at my old school, whenever it was math class, I used to ask to go to the bathroom. Although you say that math is not your favorite thing to do, there's no denying that you're good at it. You have a phenomenal attention to detail, and when you learn the steps behind solving problems, nothing can stop you. I can't wait to hear what 5th grade has in store for you. Hannah Beauregard, Great Sand Dunes National Park. Hannah, the beauty and wonder of the Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado didn't just appear overnight. The dunes were formed with the right combination of wind, water, and sediment. This year, the right combination of strategies, approaches, and programs helped you have an academic year filled with beauty and wonder. Your former teacher at Moses Brown was a friend of mine. She told me about your creativity and kindness, and that she knew how much you would grow with a dedicated program, and wow, she was right. Your words per minute increased dramatically over the year, as did the level of stories that you challenged yourself with. Your mathematical mind allowed you to see new concepts in a variety of ways, clearly communicating what strategies worked best for you. Those sand dunes also offer protection, similar to the way you value and protect your friendships, both physically, as in volunteering to pick up and carry your not-as-tall friends over the soggy grass in the recess field, even though we told you not to, and mentally protect them. When you broadened your social circle and continued to make sure that your core group of friends still felt valued and respected. Congratulations on all you accomplished this year, Hannah.
I've been very lucky this year to spend time with the 5th graders and to come in for Ms. Brillin at the end of the year. With Ms. Brillin, we came up with the theme of the FABs and the Agents of Change. This year, 5th graders have focused on the FABs: be honest, be respectful, be responsible, be kind, be compassionate, be inclusive, be involved, be curious, be engaged, be resilient, be generous, be joyful, be friends. These are the core values of Friends Academy. We have also focused our time on researching an agent of change in a cross-curricular, multidisciplinary collaboration between humanities, art, music, and technology. Each agent of change has influenced perspectives today and throughout history. Students were asked to choose an agent of change that inspired them. Then they had to craft a 5-paragraph research paper and create a short documentary film on their agent of change. With this project, each 5th grader was asked to understand and internalize the inspiration of striving for change in our world. Each 5th grade student has been an agent of change in our Friends Academy community throughout our year and in a certain way. I've awarded every 5th grade student with an Agent of Change award for inspiring others to create positive change in our school community relating to one of our FABs. Douglas Belcher. Dougie is being presented with the Agent of Change Award for inspiring others to be joyful. Dougie, you are the master joke teller in the class, and especially at every morning meeting. You have a natural knack of being able to lift everyone's spirits, and you love to make everyone laugh. Your laughter and smile is contagious, creating a class full of joy and high spirits, which shows every day you're in school. Dougie, your joyful nature is reflected in your love for being at school, and can be seen in your love of learning. You're always willing to take risks in school to make sure your friends and classmates have the best school experience possible. Thank you for bringing joy and excitement to all that you do. Friends Academy is a better place because of you. You truly inspire us all to be excited for school, life, and to be joyful.
Beckett is being presented with the Agent of Change Award for inspiring others to be curious. Beckett, your inquisitive mind and love of learning motivate you to ask probing questions and seek out answers. Because of your natural curiosity, you are open to receive and consider new ideas and unexpected possibilities. In particular, your passion for history and geography demonstrate your knowledge about and concern for our world. You frequently spark the interest of your classmates by thoughtfully sharing your insights and ideas. And while you do take things seriously, you also have a lovely knack for effortlessly infusing your conversations and observations with your clever sense of humor. Beckett, your genuine curiosity will take you far and will always be an inspiration for others to be curious as well. Congratulations.
Rosie, you are compassionate to teachers, classmates, and younger students. In class, you are always willing to offer support and help to others. Rosie, you are a kind and caring friend to your classmates and to also our younger friends, the kindergarten students. You have shown great leadership and compassion when volunteering to spend your flex periods with kindergarten. This can be seen as the kindergartners' faces light up when they see you. You are their role model. Your compassion can always be seen on all school meeting days when we find you saying hello to each kindergartner, first, and second grade student by name. You even spend your recess helping the younger students. Rosie, you truly are an agent of change, inspiring us to be compassionate. Nathaniel List. Nate is being presented with the Agent of Change Award for inspiring others to be engaged. Nate, although you were new this year, you have shown how engaged you can be in making new friendships, learning, and projects. Your engagement extends outside of a classroom in which you can always be found in an intense game of Gaga or basketball. You also show engagement with your thoughtful questions and participation in class, no matter the subject. Nate, you truly enjoyed working on our Agents of Change research project documentary film. We can see the dedication to your work and your project. You love to share your knowledge with your classmates and strive to learn, especially about history and the world. Nate, your engagement in school inspires us all. Robert Morley. Bobby is being presented with the Agent of Change Award for inspiring others to be kind. Bobby, you enjoy sharing your love of learning and knowledge with your classmates and teachers. You contribute to our class discussions in a respectful and thoughtful manner, which reflects your kindness to everyone. You consistently show your kindness and caring nature to your friends. You are always making sure others are heard and included in the conversation and activities. You can always count on your kindness to shine when a friend or teacher needs help, especially with technology. Your kindness especially can be found when teaching a friend where to find a new video game and why it is such a great game. Bobby, you inspire us all to be kind. Chase is being presented with the Agent of Change Award for inspiring others to be resilient. Chase, you come to school each day with a smile and ready for the challenges of the day. You're always ready to be a leader in class and while playing a game of Foursquare Gaga for basketball. Chase, you have the ability to read situations well and show compassion for your friends when they are having a hard time or just may not be as good at a game yet. A quality that I love to see in you is your resilience when making mistakes, because you do not let it deter you from being successful. You never let your mistakes stop you, or your resilience has become a model to the class on how to learn from them and be successful. Chase, you inspire us all to be resilient. Landon Smith. Landon is being presented with the Agent of Change Award for inspiring others to be responsible. Landon, as a new member of the 5th grade class, you quickly became an appreciated and welcome presence in this close group. You are a kind and caring friend who loves being a part of everything. You are supportive and conscientious, taking care of our learning space and helping others to make sure we are learning in a happy and productive environment. While in the classroom or outside, you make sure everyone respects the rules. I enjoy hearing you share your ideas and thoughts with the class. Landon, you are truly an example of being a responsible and capable member of the Friends community. Phoebe is being presented with the Agent of Change Award for inspiring others to be generous. Phoebe, in the short time you have been here, you have already made a lasting mark on your classmates and the school. You are always one of the first to step up and be a role model for younger students at recess. All the students at Friends Academy have been impressed by your amazing artwork and how you share it with our community. You are generous in sharing your stories about home, school, and the exciting and wonderful adventures you and your family take. Phoebe, your generosity can truly be seen when you celebrate your friends' special moments and accomplishments. Your generosity will be admired and appreciated as you continue to grow.
Miss Wheaton in the 6th grade.
Good morning. I have had such a wonderful year with this group of students. Their commitment to curiosity helped make every new day an adventure. 6th grade is a year of big transitions and newfound independence, and this class has taken every challenge in stride, and I couldn't be prouder of all their hard work. In the 6th grade, we spend time learning about our local bird species. We observe their behaviors, their adaptations, and how they fit into the larger ecosystem. 6th grade is our ecosystem, and my observations have inspired this year's Culmination Awards. Ava Ricard, cardinals are your favorite bird. but they're also one of the only birds that can be seen all year round in Massachusetts. They're reliable members of our community, just as you have become a reliable member of our class. You consistently give your best effort, even when the topic might not be your favorite. I've seen so much growth in you since the start of the year, especially in your literacy skills. I hope you remain a frequent flyer at the library for years to come and keep your love of reading strong. Like the blue jay, you consider your whole flock to be your family. You understand the value of teamwork, and you're always willing to lend a hand to a classmate in need. In class, you always show great courage as the first one to volunteer to read aloud. This courage helps inspire others to step outside their comfort zones as well. The ability to take risks has helped you grow tremendously this year and will serve you even beyond your academic career. What some people might not know about doves is how quickly and accurately they're able to fly. This year, you have demonstrated your own ability to focus your energy and get the job done. Balancing schoolwork with sports is no easy task, but you are a hard worker both on the field and off. Your drive will carry you far in life, and I look forward to seeing how high you soar in 7th grade and beyond. Ava Ricard. The average hummingbird flaps its wings around 50 times per second. This is the same speed that your mind is continually coming up with new and exciting ideas. Your unique perspective and quick wit adds laughter to our class and helps to remind us that learning doesn't always have to be so serious. The greatest problem solvers often come up with the most creative solutions, so I hope that you spread your wings and continue to follow your ideas outside of the box. You are one of the most tenacious problem solvers I have ever met. Similar to a woodpecker, you whittle away at tough concepts until you find a solution. Your desire to expand your understanding has led you to always look to challenge yourself, especially in math. In the spirit of friendly competition, you also inspire your classmates to strive for their best, which helps us all grow as learners. Keep on flying high and tackling big ideas in 7th grade and beyond. And Sylvia. Chickadees are one of the more curious birds we see around campus. They're always willing to put themselves out there to explore new feeders. Coming to a new school after the year has begun is no small feat, but you have settled into friends in such a way it's like you were with us from the start. You've put yourself out there in order to find out where you fit in our community, and you've made such a positive impact. In the years to come, I hope you continue to put yourself out there and celebrate all the positivity you have to offer. Van Biljon. The Cedar Waxwing is known for its amazing aerial skills. It spends much of its life dedicated to practicing these awesome acrobatics. This year, you've shown the same investment into improving yourself. You've let your creative mind shine through in your humanities writing, especially your historical fiction pieces. Even in math, you put in the work and have seen the positive results. My board will seem empty without your drawings next year, so I hope you come back to help me decorate. Birds' nests are works of art, but particularly so in the oriole's case. They build intricate, woven nests that hang from the treetops. The care that they put into their homes matches the care that you approach your schoolwork with. Your attention to detail and desire to produce your best work shows how much you value learning and growing your understanding. You lead by example in the classroom and set the bar for what quality looks like. You'll be missed next year, but we wish you all the best, and you will always be a part of the FA community.
And now Mr. Dorsey in the 7th grade.
Matthew, can you give me a hand with this technology here? Good morning, everyone. It is so good to be here to celebrate the hard work of these students, which is tremendous and deeper than many of us really know, I think. And certainly more than I know, even though I've watched it. Over the last few months, our 7th grade students have been investigating climate change, renewable energy, and wind turbines. The students have built turbines, and they've read the book, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, which tells the story of William Kamkwamba, a boy from Malawi in southeastern Africa, who helped his village survive a famine by building a wind turbine out of metal scraps. Like our 7th grade students, William is hardworking, dedicated, and determined to succeed. Miss Sheila and I have been thinking a lot about turbines and energy lately, and we think they are the perfect metaphor for this energetic and powerful group. In reflecting on wind turbines, renewable energy, and change, Lily, you are a wonderful wind blowing through the class. Your attention to instruction, the detail of your work, your ethic of excellence are all testament to who you are and what you have accomplished. You came in like a fresh breeze, and now you are the prevailing wind that inspires us all to move along in the right direction with purpose and speed. Lily, you are someone that brings people together, you are a natural leader, and you help your class move forward together. Excellent job. Dylan, your personality, questions, and insights are the whirling blades of our class turbine. Dylan, you take the brunt of the force of a high-pressure system, pushing against the low, and use that energy to turn the shaft of the glass. Self-effacing as the wind, Dylan solves difficult problems in his head and deftly manipulates computation with the speed of a whirling propeller. Dylan's powerful sense of empathy and excellent work ethic allow him to cut into tasks and discover the deeper meaning. Your kindness and caring help drive the class. Great work this year, Dylan. Emma, you are the gearbox of the turbine, the essential element that connects the shaft to the generator, and you magnify the motion into energy. Emma's 7th grade year is highlighted by her ability to turn potential into action. Coming into the year, Emma could be frequently heard as a major voice, among many, with her favorite statement being, "What do I do now?" Now, Emma, you engage fully with your work, and you quietly help others along as well. Emma, your growth in academic skills, confidence, and independence has been truly remarkable. You know the power of using learning tools, and thank you for increasing the work done this year, Emma. You bring wonderful, positive energy to our community. go to others, Tess. The essence of the tower is to be the unassuming but absolutely necessary support for all that business going on at the top. With quiet dedication and determination, Tess integrates all strategies given to her. Note-taking, using visual models, or manipulatives. Tess, you are at the center of conversations and learning in our classes. Your effort is strong, steady, and reliable, just like the tower. Tess listens fully, records carefully, and uses the support she is given to stand alone. A tower of strength for the frenetic energy that provides the structure and balance to our class community. Thank you, Tess. In a turbine, Matthew, you are the electricity. You have to be. You know exactly what to say to spark a reaction, and will burst forth with a bolt of lightning that jars the rest of the class into action, or myself into laughter. You are quick to make connections, and your fast and sharp sense of humor is brilliant. Matthew, you shine. The crazy yet brilliant connections you make result from your ability to make observations that connect the concepts to your experience. Great job this year, Matthew. You bring powerful energy and positivity to the class. You deserve a good pat on the back. When we think about a wind turbine, Seamus, the metaphor of the tower would be easy to apply. But we're not going for low-hanging fruit here because you'd probably hit your head on it. Though the metaphor of the tower is the easy one, you are actually much more subtle, like the knuckleball that seems so tempting until it drops out of sight. You haven't learned to throw a knuckleball yet. Oh, just wait. I'm sure that'll be in your arsenal soon. Seamus is more like the rotor in the generator, spinning smoothly, efficiently, and quietly inside, but providing the necessary complement to the motion going on around him. You are steady and consistent, and your thinking is swift and powerful. Seamus attends to the job at hand and applies good computational skills, number sense, and smooth retention. Seamus is the steady and necessary presence in class to keep things moving well, or at least moving as well as a knuckleball. Thank you, Seamus. Loie, you are the whole kit and caboodle. If you don't know what that is, Google it. It's there. I did Google it. I knew what it was. I wanted to make sure it was there. If some of us are the parts, Loie, you represent the whole thing. Standing alone on a Malawi field, providing much-needed electricity for the life-giving water to a village desperate for survival, you do your own thing. That's you, Loie. Whether nailing the conversion of mixed fractions or discovering the necessity of place value, you do your thing and you do not limit yourself to predetermined boundaries. You are someone who has an amazing sense of who you are and what is important to you. You help us see ideas and beliefs from different perspectives, and you bring positive and powerful energy to every conversation, and we thank you for that. Enjoy the multiverse, Loie, and you be you, Wanda. Something has to hold it all together, and that's AJ. Quiet, perseverant, fully engaged, and making sure it all works. AJ's presence in the classroom builds and pulls the moving parts together. AJ brings excellent observational, computational, and conceptual skills to your work, and you make sure it all runs smoothly. AJ, you're an independent thinker. You are not afraid to create your own path or take a new direction. You are also quick to make connections between ideas. AJ is a natural problem solver and a flexible thinker. AJ, you are the scaffolding that holds us together and supports our communities. Thank you so much, AJ.
One last round of applause for 7. Congratulations to all the students. We will now hear from our graduating 8th graders. They have written their own speeches based on memoirs that they wrote in humanities. Their task for this project was to write about a memorable moment and explain the lesson that they learned based on that experience. In their speeches, the students will relate these lessons to their time spent at Friends Academy. Please join me in welcoming Tyler Stanzione to the stage.
I can remember that tournament like it was yesterday. It was my baseball game. When my team was down by 2, it was the championships. It was my 3 coaches, 13 teammates, and our fans. There are 2 men on base and 2 outs. I walk up to the plate. I need to make sure everything is perfect, so I level out the dirt. I get in my stance and feel the bat in my hands. I see the pitcher in his windup and see the pitch come right down the middle. Crack. I hear the screaming, but I couldn't tell what anyone was saying. I could feel the excitement in the crowd. I could see the ball, but didn't need to follow it to know it was a home run. A 3-run home run. We won. When I look back at that at-bat, I learned that baseball is about learning the right techniques and having coaches that know how to teach you, and constant practice. In a lot of ways, baseball can be just like reading and writing. Of course, it's not the same. In baseball, you have your coach and you do drills to get better. With reading and writing, your teacher is your coach, and you practice reading and writing over and over again until you make progress. Every time you practice, you get better and better. People say that practice makes perfect, but practice actually makes better, because if you reach perfect, you can still get better. Someone isn't born a baseball player just like someone isn't born a reader or writer. That is why you practice and try your best, and when you fail, you try again until you get it.
Trey LaRusso.
It was a warm evening in the middle of summer, and I could feel the cool ocean breeze coming over me. The sun was saying its final goodbyes, and the carnival rides were pointing towards the stars as they appeared in the darkening sky. We were walking between rides and eating surprisingly spicy alligator meat when I saw the red and green roller coaster poking the sky. We decided to go on it. As I walked forward in line, I got more and more nervous. I'm someone who doesn't like big rides where I don't have control, and I was scared. One more group of people was in front of me, and I would be on the ride. They got on, and me and my friends were just sitting there, waiting. Then it was our turn. The seat was plastic and uncomfortable. I clicked in. The ride started and started moving. As the cart went higher and higher, I felt more and more fearful. As the drop approached, I saw the sky becoming an inky black and the stars staring down. They were blinking, and I looked back up. Then I fell from the sky, and I fell fast. I felt my chest leave my neck in the wind rushing by. Then out of nowhere, I started having fun. As the ride went on, I was more and more at ease and actually enjoying myself. As I got off the ride, I realized that I wanted to do it again, and I did. Looking back, I realized that this experience taught me that I should try more things and step out of my comfort zone more often. At Friends Academy, I pushed myself to be more accountable for my actions and for managing my assignments. Now going into high school, I am nervous but excited. I'm ready to meet new people and be at a new school. I'm ready for more responsibility.
Lila Farias.
You can do it, Lila. People kept shouting. It was nice that they were encouraging me. I kept wondering if this day would ever end. My backpack was heavy as a boulder, but I threw it anyway when we passed the beach. Done. The day I thought would never end was finally over. I did it. I hiked Mount Manana. Along the trail, I smelled the subtle aroma of pine trees and wet leaves and felt the uneven rocks under my feet. I heard birds chirping and people chattering all around me. I saw 48 small orange salamanders on the damp ground. I hoped that maybe the hike up the mountain wouldn't be so long. I was wrong. Climbing the mountain was the hardest thing I've ever done. At the start of the hike, I was really nervous and did not want to do it. I did it anyway. I complained the whole way up. It was miserable, but I made the decision to do it, and I did. I climbed Mount Manana, not because I wanted to, but because I pushed through and did it. Looking back on the hike, I learned that you can meet any goal if you just keep climbing. At Friends, I learned that if you work hard and don't give up, you can achieve anything. I just need to keep climbing.
And finally, Evan McGrew.
After my 5th grade year at Friends Academy, it was time for summer. I'd enjoyed my 2nd year at Friends very much, but I was looking forward to relaxing and then returning to Friends for camp in a couple of weeks. For whatever reason, however, my parents had waited until camp was about to start to tell me that camp was actually a math and writing class. To be honest, all I wanted to do was play outside with my friends, not sit inside and do math. On my first day of class, I talked about my struggles with math with the teacher, Mr. Martin. He promised that the math wouldn't be that challenging. I didn't believe him. We started with the order of operations by learning the acronym PEMDAS, which stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Each day, I kept messing something up and getting the wrong answer. And after a while, this started to get really aggravating. In math, just getting one thing wrong throws off the entire problem and results in an incorrect answer. Mr. Martin attributed my incorrect answers to me not taking enough time in solving them. Honestly, this was completely true. Being in a class where everyone was older than me, I wanted to show how good at math I was by being the first to finish. Clearly that didn't work out very well. So I started to slow down and notice my mistakes. Interestingly, most of them were not even calculation errors, but errors when I was simplifying. After about a week and a half of taking my time on the problems, something other than, "Sorry, Evan, that's not quite right," came out of Mr. Martin's mouth. For the first time, I had been able to answer a math problem using PEMDAS. I was so happy with myself. When I look back on that summer math and writing class, I realized that I learned an important lesson, a lesson that I continue to use every day. When you overcome a challenge, you feel proud of yourself. But to get to that moment, you sometimes need to slow down to see things you might not see if you were rushing. When you take your time to overcome a challenge, it feels far more rewarding. Thank you.
And now if we could have Mr. Dorsey and the rest of the 8th graders return to the stage. Mr. Dorsey will give them their certificates.
Tyler Stanzione. Evan McGrew.
fairies.
Big hand for these guys standing up.
Congratulations to the 8th graders again, and congratulations to all of our students. I am so incredibly proud of you and all that you have accomplished this year. We have much to celebrate. With that being said, no celebration is complete without refreshments. In a moment, I will invite families to find their child and partake in the refreshments. But before we go, I want to thank you all, thank the families for entrusting us with your children. We are deeply grateful to have the opportunity to work with them, and your partnership means so much to us. Thank you to everyone for a wonderful school year. Best wishes for a fun and relaxing summer, and now let's enjoy the rest of the celebration. Thank you.